day that God has allowed you, okay, to actually to arise, okay, today and to be blessed by all means necessary. Marriage or having a desire to be married. This is the name of this particular topic, this subject that I just want to go into this particular morning. Let's give God the most highest praise. Let's begin to tell God thank you. For those that have the ability to tell God thank you, you realize that God woke you up this morning, started you on your way. Give God some thanksgiving and praises. Acknowledge that God is the one that is doing everything, okay, that is required in your particular life and things. I want to go into this topic and I want to make sure that my friends get an understanding that I'm coming from a level of strictly of just listening to other friends, also having the experience as well, and being able to come from a mature level and to just talk about this particular subject matter and everything. And also, I do understand, friends, that listen, if you do not acknowledge, okay, that you need marriage in this particular earthly realm life, I respect that because everybody do not need to be married. And this is why I want to talk about this subject, about being married, okay? Especially if you already married. If we can be truthful and if we can help someone else out that is probably pursuing or getting ready or having the thoughts and desires to be married, we have to be completely honest, with individuals because these are just my thoughts. I would like to tell, someone that will ask me right now, right where I'm at in my present, because marriage take a lot of growth. Some marriage take healings, and some marriages go through. But I would like to say every marriage should seek out the wisdom and the ears, okay, of individuals that can pour into them and that can give them insight. And the reason why I say that is because you will need it in your marriage and through your marriage. No marriage is perfect. So therefore, you would need what you call those elder ears, those particular individuals that has been married and put the time in it for some years and that have went through some things, and also they understood what it took for them in order to maintain marriage. It's not for everybody because some individuals will realize in being married you have to continually, because you're dealing with another individual now, not just yourself. So you have to continually not only to work on yourself, but you also have to share in the areas, okay, that possibly that you don't see that you need to share in those areas in your life. Marriage is what you call a combine, okay, of the souls, the whereby you decided to become one with whomever you chose to say this is your particular husband or this is your wife. I truly believe it should be the husband that is seeking out that particular wife. I know it's backwards now, and I call it backwards the way about women are seeking out husbands and everything to be their particular, mate or whatever that they supposed to be in their life. I truly believe when a man findeth a wife, the man is the one that finds a good thing. The man is the one that is preparing or have it together, okay, in order to keep the family whole, in order to keep the family sanctified. What do I mean about sanctified? Meaning that you got all your stuff together, to whereby that particular woman, she can depend on you, she can trust you, she believe you enough to carry this family through whatever you produce or whatever that you decide to, make and have in the family. She believe in you enough to whereby even when times come along, she believed in everything that you actually presented when you originally met her, that you would be able to sustain those particulars, what you call the hills and the valleys and the mountains, because that wife is going to be in her position doing what she needs to do. Good morning, friend. As that wife and everything that she supposed to be doing and everything, meaning loaded and equipped, because when you design a wife spiritually, it has nothing to do with the temptation of the world, because that design of a husband or a wife it is so what you call with mixed values, meaning that when I say mixed values, completely mixed values and everything. But when you are what you call deciding to have a marriage, I truly believe that counsel need to be in the marriage. Even if you have counseling in the marriage and everything, things still can fall apart, because if God did not put it together and if God did not ordain the marriage, I don't care who's pushing the envelope telling you that it's going to be okay or you got to do this, this, and that. I feel like it's wrong advice to tell anyone to get married when there's already red flags, okay, in front of them, okay, and behind them and around them. I feel like an individual should be truthfully, should be guided. If there are any individuals, especially our elders, that is pouring back into the now generation and that is speaking life into the generation, you should use your wisdom, okay, to actually to help that next what you call woman out that desire to be married. If you see that is anything that could be blindsided by that individual, you literally can't run an individual life. This is for when individuals reach out unto you. You should be willing to basically to pull into that particular individual who is now what you call having that desire to be married to an individual that is actually trying to pursue them. If that man that is pursuing your particular, come on, Holy Ghost, and speak, I got to say this. If that man is pursuing, okay, that particular ear that came to you, and if you can see some blind spots, if you can see in areas that whereby that may not be good, be honest to them. They may not take your advice or do what you are what you call for sin, because remember, individuals gonna do what they want to do. That's why I will be what you call a particular individual to whereby if you come to me, if you ask me something when it comes to marriage, because from my life experience, marriage is work. I am not going to sit up here and tell individuals marriage is not work. I meant to say marriage is not work. That's what I'm trying to say. Marriage is completely work, and it comes with what you call two individuals combining now their mindsets, their heart, and basically entwining their relationship to be as one. And being as one is the work where everything begins at, because you're no longer single, you're combining things, you're coming together, you're having a commitment, you're having a powerful relationship, you're having a communication with no lies to be told, with no lies to be said. Whatever that you have to walk through and go through, you are willing to do it. You are willing to get the counseling in those particular areas that need to be counseling. But the one thing I will say, if you are single, God got you single for a reason. Do not try to force something as a marriage to be in your life when God is not assigning it to your life at this particular time, because you will appreciate the reason why things had to be held up. I am what you call for marriage. I'm not against marriage, but I'm also for the marriages that we're about. You have to understand, when you do marriage, you are in it as if you read, or if you're saying your vows unto death do you what? Okay, and whatever that death may look like. Sometimes death can come in as an individual, okay, that have created outside relationships, those things that is not wholesome unto, the relationship. That could be a death upon the particular marriage. Whatever that is death, and however, it don't have to be what you call a death as a person is dying, but unto death do your part. Meaning if a person goes in and write a new contract in the marriage, and something that you talked about, something that you discussed, it's something that you actually, have what you call gave a person your heart, and they ask you, what is it that will actually make you feel different if I do something in the marriage? And once you have these long discussions with a mate, and they come and do the exact thing what y'all talked about and things, and then it's almost like they're trying to play their card to see whether or not you would be what you call an individual that will be soft and everything. But for the individuals that is married, let's be honest and let's be real with this particular generation that is actually in a marriage. And when you have to pull out your particular particular wisdom into them. Give them what you call a real communication instead of something that is not real and everything. Stop making this young generation appear to be and think once you get a baby, or once you get a child in the marriage, a marriage is perfect, or that's what keep a man held down. No, you'll be the one standing in that marriage trying to pretend and trying to make things work out as if everything is perfect. If that's what you decide to do, that will be your particular business. But in marriage, my advice will to be always to be what you call prayerful. Now, y'all know I got to come with that. You got to stay prayerful because some individuals cannot what you call carry or walk a marriage out without prayer. And even if you stay married, whatever the death that have been brought to the marriage, that can be your exit out. Because when you know that you were the best, it wasn't no, I don't think I was the best. Because see, when you get married, you should know that you are the best, okay? You should know that you are a woman, okay, that is marriage material, whether or not you're married or whether or not you're unmarried, especially the women that are unmarried. Some women are choosing not to be married because they don't have choices out here in this earthly realm, okay, that level them up. In other words, they don't have a value of a man that can bring anything to the table while they doing all of the work, while they are producing their good credit. Basically, they got to come in and now they got to work with somebody that's credit that is off. And really, back when I came up, it was the man that actually laid the table out. Whatever that woman was doing, whether or not she was in school, whether or not she had a career, the man was the what you call known as the provider if he could provide and everything. And he also encouraged that mate to pursue their dreams and goal. It's just not was one-sided. So but I understand this other generation, the about the combining of the bills and having roommates, because that's what I call it and everything, that can be what you call difficult for someone that was actually what you call brought up completely different, the whereby they're not trying to raise somebody else's boy to make them a man. That ain't happening for some women. You know what? And I truly understand, and I can actually say I don't blame them, because if you're bringing much what you call of your identity and it's strong there when it comes to your career, when it comes to your success, I don't care what setbacks that you have had. Because remember, you can do bad by yourself, and doing bad by yourself meaning that you don't have to have the extra weight in order to do bad. You have to understand who you are. And even if you never ever get married, you have to be okay with, listen, that was not what you call a line up for me to be married or to go through in this particular earthly realm, because God knows everybody's heart. And I want to tell the women that are married, stop trying to front and make the single women think that marriage is the best sweet thing it is. It's lies behind that and everything. Keep it real and stop trying to pretend and act like you don't go through anything. Act like that you never ever needed counseling in your marriage. Act like that everything is perfect. I got to say that those are all lies. Even in my elder years, if I can help somebody and if I can be truthful to anyone, marriage is going to require you to be prayerful and to be communicative to the individual that you are connected up with. And let me tell you something about this connection in marriage. If God didn't send them to you, you already know the devil gonna be up in it. You already know that it ain't gonna be what you call no breaks in your particular relationship. I need to say it again. If God did not send that husband to you, you already understand there's going to be issues. If there are baby mamas to worry about this particular man got other children, you want to make sure that he's not forced to take care of them, but he's already taking care of them. Did someone get that? You want to make sure that he's not forced to take care of them, but he's already taking care of them. You shouldn't have to be in the system to say how much you're going to pay and why you got to pay this much. If the plans are already worked out, and if you have a relationship with that particular woman now, because y'all are actually combined, and whether or not you want to say you are or not, it's a foolish thing to look at it any other way, to say that I ain't got no business with her or him, when you actually is marrying into another identity, into a family. You will actually have to be combined in the relationship with what you call those particular children, which would be siblings, okay, until the burden of your children if you brought any in. I'm speaking from a woman point of view. I'm not a man, so I can't relate on that. I'm just dropping wisdom and Jews as a woman that is seasoned enough to come from this particular, message and to speak about it. Once again, marriage is not for everybody, but if you do so happen to marry somebody who got children, you have to already understand the position and the role, okay, that you show up to be, because you got children that will be in your life for a lifetime and things. You got children that will be able to grow up and they gonna talk about you real bad. This is no lie. If you were a good person and everything to them, even if the marriage don't last, that's memories there that the children can have. But if they seen that you were not right and your soul was just, just was not right, and you did things to keep these particular, children, they mothers and fathers, apart and everything, children will remember the story better than the adults. And I'm here to say this message this way. Children will remember the story better than adults, because it takes a memory for a child to ask now, why is it that mom or dad could not get along? Who was the key component in it? Or was it that individual, okay, that choose, okay, in that particular area, okay, to not get along? I ain't telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. If you are in a blended family, because that's what it's called, unless they done change another name, you have to understand, especially if you single, you ain't got no children coming into the game, or even after you have some children, you're going to see yourself as being a blended family, and hopefully that you can basically navigate and get along in the particular relationship that you choose, that you desire, because you wanted to be married so badly to this individual. So it's like you got to share your particular life with someone else and be blended and be happy about it. It's nothing wrong with having a blended families. I actually think blended families are beautiful when they have a good communication and a good, what you call, understanding. That's the only way it can be. It can't be no jealousy in it. It can't be nothing trying to prove the point. You literally have to step in and be assistant to whereby you can be assistant at in a blended family. If you're not showing up on that level, then why is you marrying men that already got baby mamas? Why is actually, oh Lord have mercy, why would you even want an individual that already have children, okay? Why would you put yourself and set yourself up, especially if you don't have to? For individuals, and I'm talking about the women, when you know your worth, you're not going to stoop down to a lower value. You're going to be looking in areas that can appreciate your worth, that is not going to bring drama to your life, because remember, you are too valuable, okay, to be on anybody level, okay, to be dealing with the shenanigans and everything. And I'm saying this out of wisdom. When you know your value in everything, you'll ask God to send you somebody, okay, that is well equipped and that is very much established and mature in the departments that you need them in your particular marriage. If you don't keep your hand in God's hands when it comes to marriage, like I stated, it's already going to be difficult. Married people already have their challenges and their particular issues. Married people already have to stay what you call in sync with prayer, because if you don't, anything can happen. There is no such thing as things are perfect in relationship. Those are all lies. Stop lying to people. Stop portraying as if marriage is perfect. You can look at now and see even some of the individuals in what you call social media, in the celebrity realm, to whereby all of a sudden why things are falling apart. I actually don't know why things are falling apart, but the main thing is the honesty and the communication. Remember, if God can show you what you call marriages in real life and individuals that you may never ever met in a lifetime, but if God is pulling the covers and teaching, marriage and relationships, and how healthy it can be and when it's not healthy and everything, those are what you call lessons to learn from. So in marriage, is marriage good? Yes, it can be, And yes, it is. If you keep God in your business, will you have challenges in marriage? Absolutely. Is everybody made for marriage? Absolutely not. Remember, you can do bad all by yourself, because some women will tell you they constantly have to stay prayed up and stay prayerful for their particular families and everything. Why? Because they know their assignment and they know their particular purpose. I am a praying, what you call, wife, because guess what? It's necessarily. I'm not going to sit up here and make an individual think that once you get married, you don't need prayer or you don't need to stay prayed up. Those are all lies, friends. Remember, find yourself in a good place. For the single women that feel like that they are pursuing marriage, ask yourself, why is you pursuing marriage? Or why do you want someone that's not on your particular level? Why do you feel like you got to clean this person up to make them become the husband now that God did not appoint it in your particular life? Why is it that you choosing on a lower level when you don't even understand your particular value? Especially if you say you went to college and you did this and you did that and everything. Why did you choose on a lower level? Why is it now that you should be having a conversation with God? Lord, why is it that you couldn't send me the best, the cream of the crop, because I'm more deserving? It says a lot about a person, okay, and how they see themselves and confidence and all. I was married years back, and I know this is still, is in somebody's headset. I never, what you call, desired to marry on a lower level. Period. These are just my thoughts. You don't have to agree with them. My thing is that a man should be providing or should have some means to provide, and things. If he don't have means to provide and things, then there is a question that you should be having and a conversation with yourself. And when you go to the counselor, do some real deep digging of the reason why you desire marriage so much. Sometimes we can desire a thing, but we also have to put it in the hand of the Lord and ask God, did you, God, send this man in my life? Remember, God will not send you no one else foolishness. He will not even have you to even consider that this is your husband and everything. That's when you have a relationship with God. God will only send you what belongs to you. God don't have to go in and destroy a marriage to say, now I'm going to give him to you and everything. That is not the way of the Lord, okay? I'm sitting out here speaking some good insight and some wisdom. These ain't no lies what I'm talking about and everything. You can't flip the strip on this and make it a lie. God will not destroy or create what you call something for you, okay, that was never for you. You can pretend and you can act like it is, but in reality, the real what you call women, especially the elders that's been living in this particular life and still living, okay, we understand what is true and what is untrue. That's why we have to constantly, what you call, stay prayed up for the generation. Oh God, I thank you. This person said, this is hard-earned wisdom. Another individual said, a woman needs to remember her place and not try to lord over the husband. It will never work. You will be miserable. Absolutely, friend. And then another individual said, my husband and I were together for 22 and married 18 years until he passed away. I desire to be married again. I'm being prayerful for God to send the right one. Thank you for, your particular messages and everything in it and everything. Yes. Once again, everybody is different concerning marriage and what they want and what they need to do and everything. Everybody is completely different. But if whatever, when you're designing a marriage, ask God to make sure that that husband is being sent for you. And somebody said, you cannot. Somebody said, what? You're trapped. You cannot back out. Keep word. I don't know what that means. Yeah. You can always get out. You can always get out of a relationship if that's what you meant and everything. Yes, especially when you have a king relationship with God, when you are intimate enough with God, and when you are having a true relationship by asking the Lord to be the center of your particular life. Especially, here's another thing for the particular women as well. Always have your own available financial, money, okay? That whereby that you got a particular skill or you got an education. But remember, your skills and your education benefit you to basically to make the money that you need to make in order for you to live in this journey. You don't have to compare your skills, your finances to anyone, because your life could be completely different from someone else. Lifestyle or life, long as you know you have the capability, okay, to bring in the income for your particular self in a relationship, and especially by being single and things. So you are never trapped in a relationship only if you want to be trapped, okay? God have supplied and opened too many doors, at this particular time that we're living in. It used to be a time that we're about, yes, the women stayed home and things, but at this particular time, it's too much advantage. It's too much what you call seed sowing of blessing, lucrative money that is out there now, that is honestly that can be gotten. Matter of fact, I'm seeing more women being extremely successful. And some women are even successful more than their husband, than what their husband bringing in. This is the time and this is the energy that we're living in. We are living in a time that we're about, basically the tables are being flipped when it comes to income. Women is having more income, not all, but women are doing even better than men. So therefore, they are bringing in the income that they need in order to be happy. And now you can basically kind of slow it down to not to pursue and to be so hungry if you're looking for somebody to provide for you, because God done already provide. What you can do now, if you do want to be married, is ask yourself, who would be the best fit for me? And including to have God in my life when you know that you're financially, strapped. And when you're financially incapable doing for yourself. Marriage is just what you call the bonus part that we're about. It should be to where about you enjoy this individual, okay? It can bring laughter, because as you get older, it's always other levels that go through marriage that we're about. Somebody can get sick, things can change in the relationship. So you have to find the good, okay, that's in you in order to serve and to be that particular wife. I am by no means telling a person to stay in a relationship that whereby it has brought what you call the death of the relationship. Whatever that death may be unto you in your relationship, make sure that it lined up with God. I am just a messenger. I am just an individual. I encourage, I motivate. Remember yesterday I said that I was doing a process of how I will be coming, talking about different subjects and things. Well, this is part of it. So welcome and thank you. Thumbs up the particular video and things, if you have not thumbs it up in order to get the particular message and things, because I was honest. I said I got to make sure that I can blend it in with the power of prayer and all, and I feel like that I can, talking about different subjects and things. So I just want everyone to know that I appreciate you. I really do. Go tell some more friends, about this new direction that Gigi is coming in, and that she's changing things up just a little. She's still talking about prayer, but talking about real life issues that make a difference. These are just my thoughts. Remember, you have your own life. You're going to do what you want to do, how you want to do it. Even if you get sound advice, you're going to do it anyway, because that's just who you is, friend. That's just who you is. Sometimes you can't even give a person insight, in other words, because guess what? They're not going to utilize it. They only going to utilize it, okay, when things get tough or when it get difficult, or they will continue to deny the truth, even if it makes sense. Friends, be a blessing, not just, okay, to yourself, but to others. Keep this light on, okay, and peace, light, and love. Walk around with harmony in you, okay, and be okay right where you at. But remember, okay, never let your desire be so great that God don't approve it when it comes to marriage or marriage. And remember, if you're in a blended family, there is no such thing as if you're not going to get along with an individual. That is the work of, okay, demon time that is not approved by God, That's what my take and my thoughts on it and everything. You don't have to believe it, but listen, I'm not going to speak something to whereby I know that it does not line up with God. Anything that I'm going to come and say, that I'm going to make sure that it's in an alignment to whereby it can live and it can continue to live, and it won't hurt and it won't harm anyone. Blessings and power unto everyone. Thank you, friend, for telling the friends to thumbs up the particular video. I appreciate you. In other words, friend, continue to travel in your journey, okay? Share your life journey if you can, okay? Hold your head up, okay? Be positive in this particular life, but share along the way according to the individuals who may particularly need your particular insight, especially if God have blessed you to continue to live and you gain some understanding from the lessons, okay? Oh, God, I thank you. I ask that you bless each and every individual path and they'll walk in the way about they may go at, the doors that they may go in, God. God, I ask, God, that you, God, put the light in the areas in their life. Anyone that is desiring to be married or anyone that is in a marriage, God, I ask that they continue to pray, God, and that they let you be the overseer in their particular life. Oh, God, I thank you. Amen. Amen. Blessings and power, friends. You all go and have a great day. Keep your notifications on, okay? I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you.